Good morning and good evening to you all, wherever you are joining me at this moment. Welcome to 324 edition of Investdata Trading Academy Live with Ambrose. Yes, I will tell you that the global market is making a bullish move this morning, but still they are having some little miss in some region. But good for me that we are seeing some extension of the positive sentiment yesterday, while some markets are also adjusting as a result of what new data that are arriving in their domain, and also as all eyes are still on what some macroeconomic data also adjustment is still in some market. But if you look at all this market on a bullish trend, is for me it's okay. We are seeing that it's a positive one, even when some trying to slow down to give back what they gained recently, but we are seeing that they are still above what they opened the week, and not as an extension of the previous week. For me, this is good for the market. But in any market you are trading, it is necessary that you must have a plan that you are trading. That plan is very, very important. If you trade your plan, I will tell you, you can know where you have made a mistake. Trade your plan, you can know where to do adjustment, and that is why I always say it any day, anytime. When you combine all your technical analysis, your fundamental analysis, your sentiment report, they are good and they give you, prompt, they give you prompt insight on what to do. But see, you need to look at what is happening in the environment where you are, so that you'll be able to put is and was together. Look at the industry, look at the company there, which one is giving more value, which technical analysis might not give you, which fundamental analysis. But personally, looking at what is happening, you should know what to do as a trader or investor. No, this is what I want to start with this morning. But like I said, no, we expect to see a higher volatility in the market. Despite we are seeing some market extending their volatility, this increased volatility is going to put many investors or traders in their toe, because in a volatile market, yes, it creates opportunity for those that understand how to read the volatile market using some technical indicators to also guide them. But in that, because it's volatile, I will tell you, fear will be in the market. And also, don't forget that it is sentiment that attracts liquidity. And when the market is too volatile, many people will look sitting at the fence to see where it's going. Why those that understand the market will know how to cash into that volatility to create wealth for themselves. Because I tell you, buying low and selling high, yes, it's a normal mantra in equity investment. In anything, you are going to buy low and sell high, because buying low is the you are buying into value at a high price there. But I tell you, market has changed the level that some people like me, I trade breakouts a lot this day. When I say breakout, even when people are saying it's going high, because it's breaking a level that I can really jump in with a good volume. Other things I'll consider, I'll continue. Why not until waiting until it come down? But people want to wait until it come down. I want to now you are losing the momentum in the market. Those that are joining the rally will be enjoying it. While you that are waiting for a pullback will also be losing out. That means you need to understand all this, that which will not be taught in any fundamental class or in any like that. That has to do with your thinking and your psychology, and also your personal perception about the market. You must understand this. That's why I said it is good that I share it this hour. But because of data that are emanating from both Asia, both in Europe market, Africa and US. Market is still there in green, but still not too strong as expected. But because of what this data is shaping, flow of fund and flow of fund, demand and supply is that put the flow of fund. That is what is happening right away. In Asia, we saw Asia this morning extending the gain, hanging on the gain of US yesterday market. This morning, Asia market opened in a positive note. We expected that the government will become clearer in the intervention to stimulate demand. Even when some other countries are saying that that China is uninvestable. Why China is saying that their environment is underinvested, that means you have opportunity. Why some saying that China is uninvestable now? But I believe that because they are still struggling in the COVID-19 issue, but don't forget that China and US are the two largest economy. Whatever happened there, look at as what is happening in China is affecting Europe. Also, Europe also having almost in Germany alone, we are seeing about almost 4 states in Germany has the what as inflation for the month of August has inched up. That also is illustrating how is a partner to what US in terms of business. When we are seeing high inflation, that is why the last Friday meeting, they said that they are all waiting to see the data coming from this different climate to see whether it will form rate hike or pause. But if you look at the US, where all eyes are still on the inflation data, the data that came from job, we are seeing that that jobs stand a bit soft. But I believe that once they see the inflation, that will see whether a clear direction that they will see a pause again, because we are seeing that the data, the data for job data that came, we are seeing a little improvement there, and that tells you that this also going to add to inflation they are looking forward to. That will form whether there will be hike in that in September again, because September is a very strong month, being the last the last month for the quarter. All eyes and what on this data that will have will be a good thing. Like I said earlier that you saw that European market stock or open was in positive in green, where all eyes are still on Spanish and the Germany inflation, which I told you now that the states there, four states in Germany have seen why all eyes are still what will the ECB be doing on this rate hike in terms of seeing inflation still remaining adamant in that environment. But I believe that this data that will come on inflation, when it finally comes for Germany and Spain, it will also going to give them a real direction what they will be doing. That, but I believe that for yes, European Central Bank and the Fed, they have a lot of in their hand now, trying to analyze where to go. But we're seeing also some positive earnings that also were expected this week, especially today from some tech company to continue. But I told you that this is the last lap of the numbers. That also will form where the economy, economy is going. But don't forget that the we're seeing a hurricane in some part of US. This also have affected the inventory drawdown in US that also supported the oil price. And don't forget that was already seen supply issue in oil. This also supported the price that was seeing oil this hour international market, even when also dollar is trying to also flame up again after opening a week a week in the morning today. We're seeing at this hour that is screaming up. We're seeing that oil price has also rebounded to trade around the 85.79 as we speak right away. And this is also a good one for the oil market, for oil producers. But down here in Nigeria, don't forget that we are seeing that we are even declining their production, which I said that last time in the class, if you remember, that it's time for the government to work on that, because if you really want to manage your FS, you need to make sure that the major source where you earn hard currency, you need to also make sure that the business is ongoing so that you can rake in money. But if you are not even producing to exporter, how will you get to manage your work, the flow of FS in your here in Nigeria, government try to manage demand and also manage supply. You can't do that in a market where you say it's a free demand and supply market. It is government to focus on what on supply side of the dollar. That when the supply side of the dollar, I tell you, we'll see relative stability in our FS market there. But this oil business is where I believe crude oil, where we export as the major oil producing economy. Then we expect to see what I think, because we are not moving to our quota. That's why we're not seeing impact on what on our external reserve as expected, and that's why we also see that FS business, or FS exchange is not doing good for us, because even the smart money we're expected to be in the market are all looking away from our market as we speak now, just because of the FS market. But I believe that what we're seeing, from the local investors have supported the market up to this level. But exactly where we'll get it right, and we'll see more inflow in form of direct investors, coming in, and also portfolio investors that will also help us to stabilize the FX market, but something not to attract them. But if government, like I said yesterday, the monetary policy are looking more for hiking interest rate, to attract foreign investor, which that is the intention. No foreign investor will be looking for Nigeria investor for skills. Then it's not done of us to start reducing our interest rate, inflation interest rate to boost the economic activities so that unemployment will reduce, and we expect to see a better direction where the economy will be going. So these are the things we expect to see going to the future. But like I said, today I won't do much on what is happening in the global market, because we have a lot to do here. If you look at the result that were released to the market yesterday, we saw results coming from flour mill, full year and the first quarter. The same thing we see from Honeywell and full year and the first quarter. And these are food chain business, and we are seeing what the results are showing. We are seeing impact of effect in the results. We saw yesterday that when the result of flour mill came to the market, we saw a growth from a growth of 16% in their EPS moving up. But if you look at the business itself and the cost of finance, whenever your top line or bottom line is up, we need to see how far you want to fall, further in profitability. Yet it's good that they're into a sector that we expect to expand, but with also falling purchasing power of Nigerians, how are they going to survive in this environment? but the results are giving a sign where they are going. Good for me, which for me is a good one. But as trader or investor, you need to look at this number also to guide you. Yes, the Q1, the Q4, put in the full year, we saw where that they have a growth in earnings, which also supported a growth of of almost like I think they said 16%. It also supported their payout in terms of dividend from 215 kobo to 225 kobo. But one thing that is very very important here that investors should know that that was full year, but immediately we saw also the Q1. You saw the move in that stock yesterday that slowed down this morning. Like I told you yesterday, we need to look at beyond those just buy into it because your fundamental is necessary, your technical is necessary. You need to know because it is this earnings that price feed on. Seeing that the Q1 result, you see there is slowdown. If we look at that also for Honeywell, their Q4 we saw improve, a full year we saw a little improvement from almost look at the PAT alone, we see improvement from a loss of almost 9 billion coming to about 200 and something 256 million positive, which is also good. We saw that yes, but if you go down and look at the revaluation loss, you can see that the loss for full year has also increased, has also even moved from 9.76 billion to about 12.4 billion. This has made even we were seeing improvement in that full year. But also if you look at the Q1 for Honeywell, we saw yes the top line was slight down, but also saw that they reduced also their loss for that period from from 2.4 billion to about 1.16 below the 1.2 billion. Yes, the reduction was still in negative. When a company is positive negative number, even you are seeing sentiment in that stock, it's a matter of time. But it was when they start seeing a proper turnaround, it's where you see consistent, in earnings also supporting price. But what you are seeing now, it just market rush and in and out. And knowing that Honeywell is not coming with any form of dividend for investor, that means for me, what you are seeing in the market now, you take advantage of it. If you're in that position, you can sell. If you want to buy, you have to wait on to enter new report. As we speak, the Q1 and Q1 for Honeywell and that of flour mill, we have seen the high cost of what the high cost of finance also putting them in red. And for me, we need to play caution with those ones. And don't forget that the FS has not helped matter for those manufacturing companies where this company also operates. And if you understand that it does not help them, you need to also play with caution so that you won't just say because we are seeing the sector index looking up, want to jump into that sector. We saw all of them looking up yesterday, but we need more than just market sentiment, just gaining a day and the next day starts coming down. That is not a trend, like I always say on this class. We must understand what is behind. They're looking at sentiment. Sentiment is key because sentiment will attract funds, then liquidity to the market. When the sentiment is not sustained, jumping in because you will be trapped. In that's why I said you must look beyond what the demand and supply for that particular day. Consistency is very, very important. And when that is what trend is our friend anytime and vol is our friend for those that understand technical analysis or those that use it, you know that you must consider all this when you are trading. That's why you are looking at the two number. That's why the dividend is coming. Consider there's a slowdown this morning. But for those that have long-term investor, long-term mind and medium, nothing stop you for holding your position. Take your dividend and see. But I believe that it's a matter of time. If the government will not stop the policy they come out with and able to go through with it, sustain it, and also fine tune it along the line, and start eating the needed benefit. I think these companies will bounce back because the more things changing and people having access to earn and also they are consuming. This sector have a lot of potential. That's why I say if you're a long-term investor, you have to know these are the things that you should know as a trader or investor in the market. Yes, numbers are good, but I tell you, earnings at times is not enough. You must look at other things to look at what to guide you to take a what investor decision. That's why earnings is key in terms of price feed on it, support prices. But also in a situation where you can see that earnings is not enough, you must look at other things, and that's why you see when company earnings is not good, even when a rally that rally most time is not sustained, you must also have it at the back of your mind. But the good thing that I want to look at another result that came yesterday for me that's very very interesting is the one that came from Stampic IPTC. Yes, it's not one of the, it's not among the first year bank, but it's among the dividend paying company. But there's one thing that interests me in that result. We saw a lot of positive ratios in that result that tells you that the company is going somewhere. When you have seen such a such indicators pointing to that direction, it helps you to know exactly what you should expect in similar companies or banks that are also will expect to see the result because it's an eye opener for every player in the market. When we saw that result yesterday, even market have not reacted much because I tell you when you see price have rallied enough, even what you pay dividend might not be enough. That's why yield is also very important when you are doing analysis. Don't just ignore yield of any company when you are doing, because or any market segment, or or window. Yield is very, very important. Even with the impressive number we saw yesterday in Stanbic, yes, 1 naira 50 dividend, we didn't see much reaction, because if you look at the yield, of it, it's less than 2%. No yield with that 1 naira 50 kobo, considering the price is selling. Also that gives insight if we're seeing growth in the interest income of this bank. We're seeing also impact of FX revaluation on the performance. It tells you that there's a lot of value for the banking stocks, especially those first year that were yet to see their result. If you look at the gross earnings of Stanbic IBTC, we saw almost almost 58% growth in the top line. We saw like a movement from 134.9 billion to 213.3 billion. That is switch, and this also was translated into an earning per share of almost 5 naira 60 kobo against the previous 2 naira 90 kobo. And that at the end of the day, we saw a PAT, which is a profit after tax, after we have seen that the interest income has shown us a good improvement, and that has a lot of what their investment, knowing that it's a holding company with a lot of activities in in the fixed income market, treasury and all those stuff. And not only that, the market also where also the player has also appreciated. We saw that reflected on their what on their trading income. These are the things that you also consider in most of these banks were expecting the result. That tells you that this result we are seeing is an eye opener or inside what to expect. We saw a profit after tax, moving from 30.7 billion to 67.9 billion. 9 billion. You can see the which growth there. That is more than 100% growth, but 122% up for that quarter for the half year result. For me, this is sweet for the company, and I believe that we're going to see the same thing from Access Bank, from UBA, GT Code, and what and Zenith Bank. And like I said, that thinking outside the box is very, very important when it comes to investing. Now that we have seen that even though we didn't see growth in their intake dividend, what we have seen, part of what high price on the yield. Also, if you look at those stocks we are expecting, if Zenith Bank they decide to pay 30 kobo, they are being paid for, which for me it will be incentive for investors in the market, because these banks have grown their performance. We have seen it. If there's no change in their dividend policy, like I've said it several times, people that would have followed me, that's going to affect the market. It also dampen the investors' their confidence or interest in that sector. Even when we have seen a renewed buying interest, as I read yesterday, when they saw the result from Stanbic IBTC, if we are not seeing a growth from the Zenith Bank paying from 30 kobo, either minimum of 40 kobo, 10 kobo growth for interim dividend, if they pay the same 30 kobo on a stock that is almost selling around 32, that is less than what 1% yield, but that won't be attractive. But if you look at the life of UBA is around 14 naira and I can speak. And also, if UBA also pay 2 naira, you can see that 20 kobo, it doesn't matter. But if they grow it to 30 kobo, you can see that you see more value. Also, the same thing for what? For assets. If we see assets 40 kobo or even 50 kobo, from 20 kobo or 30 kobo they pay like the previous year, that will be a plus. That's why all eyes on this company. That's why if you see any pullback in these stocks that I just mentioned, the opportunity for you to buy. And also that the results we have seen in Stanbic have shown the kind of value we're going to see. Is that this value being, in terms of rewarding shareholders for interim, and also what to give an insight to what the future will look like is what I expect. And I believe that as government policy is also ongoing reform, the banks are going to benefit more from it. And don't forget that as far as the interest rates remain up, is a plus for them. And also the fixed income market or money market, where we are seeing yield, even the yield outlook is not stable, but we are seeing that treasury bill for 1 year is about 13.97. It's a plus for the bank, but they had a fund to play that window. For that, you as a trader or investor will also keep your eyes on them. It's very, very good. That's why, but we'll do more detail on these earnings in the premium class on Saturday. But just to say that these are the things that change the market. But this morning, if you look at the state of the market, we are seeing that no profit taking activities has come to the market, even when the market are broken. The total and eight 60,371 basic point to move to all-time high of about since we started seeing official data from 1998. You can see the market is in all-time high. But when we expect to see a material shift in terms of pattern, and there's also momentum from this range, because as market entering all-time high, don't forget that profit taking activities is inevitable. It's part of market dynamics. You see it, but you have to And also, if you look at the kind of movement we have seen to win all-time high, it is not a broad market movement to this level. There were only few sectors and few stocks that supported the market, were high price stock, and that tells you that there are still value and opportunity in other industries and other stocks. What you do as a trader or investor, don't depend on the index alone. I've said it several in this like index about 10 stocks have about 70% or no impact on that means that means you must look at industries, indices or sector indices to know what is happening and also the potential of individual stock to whether to play defensive or growth stock or those stock that has value or those stock that are dividend income paying stock. You know all of the different type of stock in the exchange. You must look at all this when you are taking your what investment decision. It is very, very important so that you not just jump into situation into a position and you say, oh, because they say all time the market is a all-time high. I will tell you the listed companies recently and high cap stock has supported the market, not the general broad market has also gotten to this level. There are some stocks that have not moved more, but we know that the majority of the stock have moved especially from the month of May after we have seen the rally from also from January to around that April. Market also tried to pull back before it rebounded. These are the things you also want to look at as a trader or investor. Don't don't say invest and go and sleep. You must look at what is happening in the market. Right away, we are seeing that market has oscillated this morning. We saw it coming to red, but right now it's in green down here. That's that the market is doing a 16,503.80. Market is up by 113.46. No, just about 0.02 or 0.1, not up to 2 as we speak now. But I believe that this oscillation will continue until also more information comes to the market that will support the market as we speak. But the news of Dangote merger and the price appreciation of Boa Food have supported the market this recently because of what Boa Food have bring closer their corporate action to 14th of September, their payment date and their AGM, and why Dangote group are proposing a Dangote food or merger between the Dangote family, the sugar and the national salt and the Dangote rice. That have changed the face of the market and seen Nigeria Brewery and also PZ also announcing that delay of postponement of their board to approve their own corporate action. And we saw this happen and the result of that came yesterday. That's what pushed the market to that level. But this one, market will change pattern from this point until see a better want information. And also, if we see this alternative market, especially the money market instrument, will start seeing a decline in yield, might likely see more rally from here. But I tell you, market will find a sharp direction once the Q3 numbers start hitting the market in October. And which I believe that September will see being a market that have been a month that have been positive for the equity market. Let's say it's going to play out, but I see there's still potential in the market. I mean, there's no cause for alarm at all as we invest. Yet, if you look at the market breadth remain positive. We're having about 22 gainers and 19 losers right away in the market. And if you look at the losing chart or what we call it, the decline, the top 5 decline, we have seen that this computer warehouse group has remained on this group for almost from Monday to date as people are taking profit from a stock that rallied from about 2 naira to almost 5 naira. We're not surprised. Followed by Ikeja Hotel, also Sovereign Trust Insurance, we're seeing a UPDD Risk, and also ROTB score. These are the top losers right away. But if you look at if you go to the top gainers as to speak, we're seeing that University Press is leading that part, followed by Champion Brewery, we're seeing ABC Transport, and also GSK and Omatech. These are the top 5 gainers as we speak right away. Then if you look at the terms of volume and activities, we have seen transport today hitting almost 7 naira, 71, 74 kobo. Right away, it's trading around 7 naira 30 kobo. But the volume traded so far has also gone as high as 100 and almost 165.32 million share traded so far, followed by sugar. Sugar has gone down to 60 naira as we speak now. More 30.7 million share traded as 20 point, 20.7 million share traded so far. Then also seen Access Bank. Also, I was later this morning touch 1655 for traded so far 14.6 million share, and the Jaiz Bank at 140 kobo at 10.7 million shares, and Honeywell at 355 after touching 377 this morning 10.6 million shares. These are in terms of volume and also activities of the market. You can see that's why it's very, very important that you understand what is happening in the market. Yes, coming back to the chart, as usual, I told you that once you look at that, you must know where is the direction of the market as to speak. Not that the market is still making a higher high already since it broke out the 2008 resistance level of 16,371. You can see that 371. You can see that it is making an up high, which if you look at this chart, let me quickly show you this chart. If you look at this chart here, you can see here that yesterday we saw a breakout, and this morning we are seeing a kind of what we call a indecision candle formation on the live class, which is from across, waiting that demand and supply. They are looking for who will be charged, who will dominate for today. The buyers and sellers. That's what we are having. But you can see the formation here. This has been the consolidating range the market has, but a breakout happened yesterday, which you can see it for yourself here. You can see that it's on top of it. That's why I said we're going to see material shift in terms of NTS pattern going to the future, in terms of index movement. As more information come, we'll see where it's going to go from here. Good thing that if you look at what happened yesterday, you can see that which I'm going to show you on, you can see that we're seeing a positive MACD. Once MACD cross this one, it becomes what a bullish MACD. I put is good. There's the momentum in this market is becoming strong. You can see where it has accelerating to this level. For me, it's a good one. We'll go back to the live chart to see. Let me just show you. And money flow yesterday, you can see an improvement from as low as 65, 63.57. It closed at almost 70.1, 70.57. Point for me. It tells that fund enter the market, and if this trend is sustained today, that is that market. That's why we expect to see what material change in terms of movement from NGS. Quickly, because I want us to look at some of the stocks that we're seeing that are going down. This major stock that are moved the market to this level. Is it time for you to take profit? Is it opportunity for you to buy? Depending on information you are having, is very, very key now. That's why I said let me just quickly repeat this I do last time so that you still remain know exactly that market has broken at this distribution level, or we need to call it consolidation level. Out now, the market is already on a markup phase, which will need more information for us to have complete the way it's going. You can see it for yourself now right away. You can see it here that it's moving up. Volume also, you can see volume here is still below average. But yesterday we saw improved volume about 400. Let's see what will happen today. That breakout yesterday with a very strong volume was a sign that strength is coming back to the market. We want to see what will continue today. It's very, very important. Quick one, let's just look at let's follow up other indicators. It's very, very important that we call the right away now. Quick one, I must say, let's use our ADS right now. It will give us more information in front of ADS, and also look at the money flow and our T line. These are what we need to use here. Our T line makes things easier for us, help us to filter the noise in the market. A lot of noise might be people that to rush in for the market. This moving average, anytime there is more, it helps you to filter the noise, and also help you to know the market direction proper, so you know what to do. People enter the market without controlling the market direction. Most time they get their finger burnt. You must know the general market direction, and to see what level, what phase of the market what phase of the what phase is the market exactly, to know is there the decline phase, is there the accumulation, is that the distribution, is that a markup, a markdown. You must know all these so that you won't jump into the market at the wrong time. Yes, if you look at the money flow here, you can see that it's still above 70. No, just marginally up now. I told you yesterday it closed around 57, around that was at 70.78. Still marginally up, but what the good thing is that I told you about this ADS. Once you see the blue one up, red one tell that there's momentum in the market. You can see that here the blue one started going up again, and you can see the trend going in that direction to support this index moving up. That's what you are seeing right away here. I want to show you again. But the good that if you look at the ADS for me is strong. ADS is already leading 30, and when the ADS is above 20, then that there's also the trend is coming back to support this trend we are seeing, this rally, these 3 days or 4 days uptrend we are seeing right away in the market. You can see it for here. But quickly look at the time. Look at time. Let's look at this. Let's look at what day chart. Let's look at 1 hour to see what is happening in the market in the last 1 hour. In the last 1 hour, you can see that still the market is still very, very strong above the T line. But one thing that if you look at this last candles information, the sign of weakness and uptrend, you're seeing this invert hammer says that possibility of market slowing down is there, but it's a 1 hour chart and you can see that the momentum is still strong here. Look at what the blue line where it is, and momentum is reading almost 47 for ADS, and you can see that money flow saying that it blew down before, but you can see that it is looking up again around the 74, 71. For me, it's not a bad sign. We'll quickly look at 15 minutes chart before I quickly look at Transcorp and others. But on the 15 minute chart, we're seeing a sign of a profit, step down here, but yet to cross the T line. And see it here. And also seeing a close up here, coming up here, and money flow is looking down. This 15 minutes, 5 minutes to give us a clear, on the lower time frame. Lower time frame, like the money, the market sorry is above, is below the T line of open activity, and you can see it confirm here that there's a sign of weakness at this level. That's why I said we're able to see material change in pattern. You can see it here. Also, money flow is looking down on the on the general market. For quick stocks that have supported this market, let me start from Transcorp that slowed down. What would investors in this stock be doing now? Is it profit taking that brought it down, or is it anything that have changed or sentiment that have not changed? You need to know. But if you look at 55-minute chart for Transcorp, you can see that it's almost trying to cross the T line again up. You can see even the volume is still not too much, but you can see that I see an uptrend here. The candlestick is about to cross, and you can see that also the morning the momentum chart also trying to cross. With the blue one trying to cross the next one again. Even at this level, for me, it's a good sign for the stock. That means the weakness in the market is not movable. Yes, 1 hour chart that shows that profit taking activities. You can see volume up here, but we're seeing profit taking activities, but still trading above the T line. And you can see also this one coming down to look at that. Money flow is also looking down. You can see that profit taking activities has started dominating the trend in the stock. You can see now it has broken down the T line, but trying to rebound. But see here on the 5 minutes, but finally look at the day chart for Transcorp. What it telling us? On the day chart, you can see that the stock have touched almost 8 naira 77, but now it's coming down, trading around the 720 right away. But yet to cross the T line, but already a sign of profit taking we have seen. But money flow is looking down sharply around the world, sharply up, sorry, not down, at 95.6. Need to watch all this, and ADS still the strength or is still very strong, but already see the sign. That's why candlestick is very, very important. It gives you a sign on time. We're seeing the profit taking activities right away. If you really look at check on what on Dangote sugar, we have seen the magic the stock have been making all this day, but today we have seen the oscillation up and down, and also not far from profit taking activities. You can see the candlestick giving you sign already. You can see your momentum indicator looking down. This is the ADS. You can see that that's the sign, but money flow is still sharp because buying and selling activity is still going on. People are taking advantage. They pull back to buy when it touched around 52 this morning to 54, back to 63. Now you can see that the type of operating activities in the store still trading above above 60 naira right away. Yes, we can look at the 1 hour chart for this stock. It was for 1 hour chart, we are seeing also a renewed buying interest. You can see was still yet to cover the last one. See people taking, we're also seeing buying activities coming back to the stock. But let's keep our fingers crossed. You can see that ADS is above ADS already reading 80, which says that there's still strong momentum. But you can see that gradually profit taking that's still slowing down on it because of this activity that we are seeing this early morning. But money flow around 95, not a bad one. Quickly look at it before we round it up. Yes, on a 15-minute chart, still above the T line. T line is very, very important because they act as what? As a support and resistance level and tell us the momentum behind the market, and this helps you to know the direction of the market as we speak. Yes, we are seeing some phases that were seeing distribution, which is the profit taking for Dangote, but still the market, Dangote is still very, very strong. Finally, before we call it today, let's look at what is happening in UBA right away. It's not because of our time, what I look at what is happening in NACO, but because of time. UBA on a 15-minute chart, we are seeing trading below the T line. You can see it here yourself, and we are seeing momentum slowing down. But money flow is looking up slightly to read the word 76 on 15-minute chart. Let's quickly look at 1 hour chart for the stock. On 1 hour chart, it's still above the T line, but I pull back in terms of profit taking after touching 14 naira this morning, but flat on the T line in 1 hour chart, and still the momentum is still relatively strong, and money flow is reading a 63.4 basic point on what on a 1 hour chart. When you look at it on a day chart, I'll give up on a day chart. I think it's just trading flat, pull back, It crossed it marginally, but has pulled back again on the T line, and we are seeing that the momentum indicator is still very not too strong because ADS is using around just 23. You need more, and money flow is relatively down around what? Around 22. This was the few one I take this hour. On this note, said see you tomorrow. I will continue from here by God's grace. I will do more by God's grace tomorrow. Yes, enjoy the rest of your trading day. Say bye. See you tomorrow, hopefully. Thanks.